New Wasteland type of items are not common releases lately, but Bethesda has a few cards on their sleeve for the upcoming patches. Let's dive in. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. This time I have 20 new Wastelander cosmetics to showcase. Before we begin though, I want to make it clear that some of the following items are not exactly new additions to the files. They have been there in the limbo for quite some time now, which could mean Bethesda simply gave up on them, or they are waiting for the right time to finally release them. Anyway, for this item preview video, the items are all labeled as Atomic Shop, and I selected lots of animal gas masks, fairly new entries actually, with the Expeditions DLC or Update 38, as well as 2 awesome Power Armor Wastelander paints, a few new costumes, and some head stuff, as you will see. Let's not forget about some new face paints. Well then, time to jump into the good stuff. Let's start. The Wasteland Knight is a new power armor paint which looks rather intriguing. It's very metallic with yet again more metallic adornments and white handprints. There are also some skulls on the shoulders and a slight raider look to all of it, in my opinion. The helmet is even mimicking a metal skull. It looks pretty badass and different from most paints we got so far, I would say. However, this one could very well pass as an item from the pit, judging by all the metal parts, spikes, and so on. But in this case, the paint is literally called Wasteland Knight, so it's clearly not meant to be related to the pit. I believe this paint will please many of you Power Armor users when it reaches the Atomic Shop, especially if you love Wastelander-themed items. Lastly, this new paint will be available for the Excavator, Raider, T45, 51, 60, 65, Ultraside, and X01. There is plenty of choices here, but the skin is mostly for the old Power Armor stuff. The next new cosmetic is also a power armor paint called the Skull Lord, named after the existing Skull Lord set, which includes the outfit and helmet. It looks like this, in case you were wondering. There's even a free bloody variation from Daily Ops rewards. Now, this new paint is basically an adaptation of this skin for power armor. But don't get me wrong here, I'm not trying to say it sucks or anything alike. On the contrary, I think this paint looks awesome. I'm just pointing out this one is really similar to something else we have in-game. The Skull Lord paint will be compatible with the Excavator, Raider, T45, 51, 60, 65, Ultraside, and X01, just like the previous paint. Either way, the skin has a really strong presence. It's intimidating to look at. Please have mercy on my soul. Jokes aside, there's just so many bones and human skulls. Plus, the helmet reminds me of some demon head, the sharp teeth, the red glowing eyes. Creepy, just really creepy to say the least. But very fitting for Fallout, especially if you're a big fan of Blood Eagles, Raiders, and so on. They would surely come up with a skull bone creepy paint just like that. I have no doubt about it. Talking about creepy stuff, the next 2 new items are not so much different. This set is called Skilane, and it's a very faithful design to the Wasteland. It's made up with old scavenging parts, as well as different cloth pieces, metal ornaments, and traffic signs as leg defense, I think. As for the head part, it's a white gas mask resembling a skull, so it's a dead giveaway about the nature of this entire outfit, don't you think so? I mean, if I saw an enemy wearing that, I would immediately assume it was a raider without even looking at the name. Now, I know this is a pure raider cosmetic, but it's also very Wastelander-like. It's a badass outfit made out of basically whatever you can find. Lastly, and as far as I know, this one is an old entry, but a very nice one, so it's unclear why Bethesda hasn't released it so far. I hope they do soon. It's a really good one. There's so much detail as well. It would be such a shame if it's left in the files, forgotten and forsaken. Alright, the next apparel set is a new one. It was recently added to the Expeditions game files. It's called the Executioner outfit and helmet, and to be honest with you, the main file looks incomplete. There's no Atomic Shop description even for both items. However, the outfit itself seems pretty polished, as you can see. in the previews and in-game footage. It's minimalistic, yes, with a slight medieval style, but I think it's still a Wasteland-themed item. The entire outfit is quite dirty and there's plenty of leather to work as light defense, sort of speaking. There's not much else I can say about this one, so let's proceed. While browsing for this video, 2 new items came to my attention, the Urban Operative gas mask and goggles. Now the first one looks awfully similar to the existing Raider gas mask. Here's a side-by-side comparison, and yep, it's quite identical. I think it's even the same model, but I'm not sure. The new one of course comes with slight modifications. Regardless, this type of gas mask is incredibly popular. I lost count on how many times you guys asked me the name of the gas mask when I use it in my videos, the Raider one. So it doesn't surprise me that Bethesda made a similar new item to satisfy the cravings of their loyal player base. As for the goggles, they are very basic with a bronze copper frame and black parts. Check out the in-game preview of both items, it looks neat and professional, like a pro killer. I suspect the Urban Operative will become a new team for even more new items in the future, but only time will tell. Okie dokie, now let's move to a strange new trend Bethesda seems to be betting on. I'm talking about animal gas masks. Yes, you heard me right. Similar to the free Cultist Incarnate helmet released for the Mothman Equinox rewards, there are 4 of them in total, 3 normal masks and 1 power armor helmet mask. Let's begin with the bear one. Yeah, it's not a bat, by the way, in case you were wondering. I know it looks a bit like a bat, but it's a bear. A peculiar and comical one, I must say. The teeth above the breathing circle is just the cherry at the top of the cake. What is that? Overall, this is a cool bear wearing goggles, a perfect fit for the wasteland. Next, we have the gazelle or deer mask. This one looks a bit more cute and realistic. However, the design slash model here is basically the same as the incarnate helmet, but each one to their own taste, right? There's also a rooster mask in case you guys are looking forward to chicken around in Appalachia in search for the mighty corn. Where is it? It's a pretty funny chicken mask, ideal to steal some laughs from nearby strangers who will probably think you are trolling, even though you're not. Lastly, there's this bear mask, a second one. It looks like a lion to me, but the names say bear, so it's a bear, obviously. However, this one is for power armor only. I had a hard time finding it in the files, but I can confirm as it is now, it's for power armor only, as you can see here. Also, you can change the lights for this mask according to the files. This is like a paint for the helmet piece. Now, why is Bethesda going wild with all these animal gas masks? I have no idea, no single clue. I wasn't even aware people wanted more masks. We already have plenty of them from Fasna, but maybe they know what they're doing. At least I hope so, but I'm not entirely sure. Moving forward, there's also this new green fishing hat on the way. I know. Don't we have enough already of these casual fishing hats? Well, Bethesda seems to think not. So here's another one for whoever might like it. Funny enough, this hat even comes with a back part to ensure the sun will not burn you too harshly during your fishing roleplay sessions. I'm saying roleplay because it would be great if we could actually fish in 76. Who knows, maybe one day. The last 6 new entries are face paints. Now keep in mind that Bethesda has created many released face paints over time. You might want to check the cosmetic page on the Fallout Wiki to check even more released face paints. But for the sake of this video, I selected 6 which look like they belong in the Wasteland for one reason or the other. The first one is a bit, what the hell is that? I will not lie. It comes with this black smudge on the ears and jaw. It looks bizarre, it looks weird, but it's like this. Then there are 2 mouth grill black paints, one going through the center of the mouth and another extending to the entire jaw. These are not too bad, I think. It looks a bit Raider style. The next one is a black smudge for the neck. And again, it's not the worst ever, but I think it would be best to pair with other face paints if the option comes along. There is also this full black smudge paint to make you look like a very dirty wastelander. And last but not least, there's a tribal face paint. This is by far the most interesting one of the bunch, in my opinion. If I had to guess, I would say this is a Cult of the Mothman paint, but the name says it's only tribal, so there you go. So far, Bethesda hasn't released many face paints, so I think any of those would be fine additions to 76. At least they would give us a bit more choice and diversity. Wasteland-themed items are timeless in Fallout 76 and Fallout in general, so I think they will always be well received by players. Even if Bethesda comes up with bizarre animal gas masks, what do you think about those, by the way? I'm curious to know if it's just me who thinks these masks are not the smartest idea ever. I find it really strange, to be honest. Anyway, these are the 20 new Wasteland cosmetics I could find on the way to the Atomic Shop. There's more, there's camp items, I'm working on a video for that one too. As for the release time here, it's too hard to tell. I believe some of them will go live with the Expeditions DLC this fall or even winter, but who knows, Bethesda tends to create lots of new stuff and then a huge part never sees the light of the day. So keep that in mind. Nonetheless, these are all the new Unreleased items part of the game's files with patch 38, aka the Expeditions update. Also, I'm sorry if the watermarks kinda annoy you in this video, but recently me and Maddock Rod noticed several creators literally taking prints of our work and claiming it as their own. It's not nice at all, so I decided to stamp it in the middle with low opacity, making it hard to cut off. Believe it or not, data mining this sort of stuff is hard, guys. It takes many hours. It's like creating mods for every new skin. Alright, that's everything for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, comment, or even join my Discord server. The link is below. You can also support me further if you want by becoming a member or patron. Thanks a lot. Now it's time for me to go. See you in the next one. Until then, take care. Adios. Bye bye.